And I've heard people say this before. Distortion and exaggeration are two different things. I think that's true. Distortion and exaggeration are two different things. A caricature can employ both. That's where I disagree, because some people say that a good caricature is exaggerated, not distorted. Well, that's arguable. You can distort an image and still have a good caricature. Now, I'm not saying that distortion is the necessary method to employ. I'm not saying that every caricature should be distorted or else it's not good. But I do feel that if you're limiting yourself to that, you're not gonna really experience all that you can. Sorry, tripping over my words a little here. I get too excited about it. But there's so much you can try and so much you can learn if you just try something. Just give it a go, you know. And if you try exaggeration and distortion, playing around with it, there's things that you can learn about composition and about appeal to an image. And you definitely want to go through that. Put yourself through that, even if it's difficult. I have a friend who just recently started sailing. It sounds really yuppie-ish to me. And I was teasing him the other day. Like, so you're going to buy some white pants and a pink polo and pop the collar? And he's like, yeah, that's the people in the neighborhood. That's what they're like around the docks. But he made a great comment. He said it's like golfing, you know, they have a certain stereotype, and I know that you're not like that, but I know that you used to golf a lot. And that's very true. But my point is, I got on a little tangent there. My point is, he likes to golf. No, I like to golf. I don't even know what I'm saying here. He likes to go sailing. And it seems silly to me because I don't know what that is. But he said the same thing. It seems silly to him. But he wanted to try it, so he gave it a shot. He didn't let any kind of notion of, oh, it's going to be difficult or expensive. Now, expensive I can understand. If you let that hold you back from sailing, yeah, I'm not going to give you a hard time about that. But the fact that he did it, despite any sort of premonition or preconceived notion about who does it or who can do it. You know, if you think like, I'm not an artist, or I don't want to try that because then I'll be an exaggerator. I'll be an illustrator and I want to be a party artist, or I want to be an illustrator. I don't want to do retail caricatures. You know, you got to let your ego go a little bit. When it comes to doing what you want to do, you can't really let hang-ups get in the way. You can't really let your image or your ego. I want to say ego, but that's not the correct word. I guess you could say your image, or you're worrying about being secure. I guess security. You don't want to be insecure about anything. That's not going to really get you anywhere, you know what I mean? Alright, so I'm going to start cutting into these shadows that I'm creating with a few lighter areas, just to define some edges, some anatomy that I'm seeing happening here, some interesting light that's passing across. And I'm going to try to finish this up pretty quickly, I know, because I've got all the big points established that I want. The big areas. I don't mind that the sketch is showing through a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but there's the drawing that I started with, that rough sketch that was line based, that's peeking through here and there. I didn't quite cover it up or erase it all yet, but that doesn't really bother me. I think that's okay, as long as I don't see anything out of place or harsh. Like right there, I can cover it up. Right here, I can tuck this in. Right there I see it, but I can use that to my advantage, create this crease right here. Now I start to get caught up in details, and I'm not being as simple or inventive as I wanted to be. So I'm going to try to streamline some of this, just with some darks and lights. So today was a good day. I woke up, I was thinking about something my friend Bobby Chu said. He's talking about being successful and trying to work at your goals and being the person that you think you want to be. Just going for it. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately. So today I woke up at 6:30, and if you know me, you know I'm not an early bird. You know I exist at night. But I decided that I want to get things done when everyone else is at work, when everyone else is busy with their day. and I have time to do everything. I've got a new roommate moving into my apartment pretty soon, and I know I'm going to have to give her a hand. I've got my girlfriend is going to be moving into the neighborhood. She's in Brooklyn, and she's moving closer to me right now, so I'm going to have to give her a hand this weekend. So I'm looking at my schedule, and I don't have a whole lot of time to get some things done this weekend, so I need to get ahead a little bit. So I told myself I'm going to get up early, because I know every night when I get a call from a friend that lives down the block, or when my girlfriend calls and wants to go get dinner, it's one of those things where I think, oh no, I have all this work to do. But that's because I save it for nighttime, because I tell myself that it works. Well, I'm going to try to get past that. So that's one of those things, just like when I say, you got to just try things if you want to do it right. If you want to draw, you try drawing. If you want to paint, you try painting. If you want to try existing in the same schedule as everyone else in this world, you got to get up at 6. You got to get up at 7. So I woke up nice and early today, and I felt like I got more done before noon than I get done on an average day, and it felt great. So you may notice that I'm painting monochromatic in a lot of these podcasts. I'm trying to work on a progression. I'm trying to work towards something, and I want to always start out with the basics, because I feel like I'm comfortable right now trying to learn from the monochromatic painting and trying to learn the digital process with my tablet, with my monitor, with this software. There's a lot of new things for me here. So the more I practice this one method, the more comfortable I'll get with it, and then I'll be able to move on to the next thing. I definitely have a plan in mind. And you want to make sure you give yourself some goals and some plans. That way you can see them through. If you just tell yourself, I'm going to start drawing more, well, what are you going to draw? I have a friend that a lot of the time used to say that to me. She used to say, well, I don't know what to draw. I don't know what to do. And I said, well, draw your hand. Draw a celebrity. Draw a flower on your desk. Go out and draw the building across the street. It doesn't matter what you draw. If you feel like drawing, the best way to do it is to just draw. So it has very little to do with your choices at that moment. It has a lot to do with the fact that you've chosen. The only choice, I guess, better way of putting it, the only choice that matters right then is the fact that you committed yourself to draw. You chose to do that, and that's what's strong. I'm going to clean up the face a little bit here. This is starting to come together already. I hope you can tell. If you can't tell by now, then I feel sorry for you, and I'm going to spoil it. This is an Italian Greyhound, and I love these dogs. They just look so interesting. They remind me of a few other kind of dogs that I've seen before, and I did one of these for, I really started exploring my love of drawing animals when I was doing embroidery t-shirts. There's this company in Florida. They're called So What? SEW, I think. So What? And that's a clever pun with the name, I guess. And so what I started to do is they wanted caricatures of dog breeds. And I was so excited. I sent them some samples, and I got a chance to do a few of them for them. And then I realized that I really enjoy this. My girlfriend had a dog breed book. I bought another dog breed book, and I started using that to just practice drawing exaggerated and distorted dogs, and just practicing drawing animals in general. So then I bought an animal book. I just didn't want to stop. It's really fun. Now I have a library of a few animal books. I really should get more. I know I don't have as many as I want to have, but I have a small library of animal books, and I'm really having a great time. Every now and then I pop it open, and I just flip around. And this is something you can do, because you don't have to be able to draw every animal